So hello everyone, let us understand the concept of diffusion and osmosis relevant to medicine. So diffusion is a process where the solute moves from high concentration to low concentration. Here the movement occurs in the solute. And the osmosis is the process where the water moves from low solute concentration to high solute concentration. So here the solvent moves, that is the water. So molecules move from high to low concentration is diffusion, and water movement through a semi-permeable membrane where there is a low solute to high solute is the osmosis. Here there is no membrane is needed in diffusion, and in osmosis there is a semi-permeable membrane which is needed. Here the solutes move and here the water moves. So diffusion is based on molecules and osmosis is based on water. So for an example, if we take high salt concentrated water and low salt concentrated water, here the water moves from low salt concentrated water to high salt concentrated water, and if the solute moves, it moves from high salt concentrated water to low salt concentrated water. So both these processes are not energy dependent. So let us see the examples of osmosis and diffusion. So here first diffusion, the main example is gas exchange in the lungs. So we know the oxygen concentration is highest in the alveoli. So the oxygen should be moving from alveoli to blood, that is high concentration to low concentration. And the carbon dioxide concentration is more in the blood, so it moves from blood to alveoli, which is low. There the gas exchange takes place and the carbon dioxide will be released outside and the oxygen concentration will be increased in the alveoli. So how this is important is in pulmonary edema, what happens is this diffusion process will be reduced. So this movement of oxygen will be reduced. Because of this, there is low concentration of oxygen, which is called as hypoxia. And in pneumonia, because of the infection and edema, there will be because of the barrier will be thickened, and because of this the gas exchange will be impaired. So these are the important clinical things in the diffusion. So let's see the osmosis. The osmosis is way more important because the main examples are IV fluids and how the cell changes because of that. So when a hypotonic fluid we will take, then the hypotonicity is related to the cell concentration. So if it is same as the concentration of the cell, it is isotonic, and if it is less than that, it is hypotonic. So water should be entering from the low concentration, that is hypotonicity, to hypertonicity. So the water will enter the cell and causes cell swelling. And in hypertonic fluid, which is having high concentration of the fluid, the water will leave the cell and go into this hypertonic solution. So it moves from low solute to high solute. That's why it leaves the cell and enters the outer fluid. So there will be cell shrinkage. So how this is important is in cerebral edema. When there is an edema in the brain, we will treat with hypertonic saline. So because of this, the water will leave the cerebral, that is the brain, and it will enter the hypertonic saline because it will move from low concentration to high concentration, the water. Low solute thing to high solute thing. So there will be dissolution of the edema. And if the patient is in hyponatremia, that is a low sodium concentration in the cells, here as there is a low solute, the water will move from this thing to the outside. That's why there is a cell swelling. So these are the important points and clinical relevance of diffusion and osmosis.